but it is also the primary caregiver's prime responsibility to ask for help, and sometimes it's necessary to demand help. Hello, everybody. I am Nadine Roberts Cornish, the Caregiver's Guardian and founder of Colorado Alliance for Caregiving Youth. And we want to welcome you to Caregiving Gumbo. It's a hot mess. I am excited because once again, I have my cohort. I'm not going to call her my partner in crime because nothing we do is a crime, okay? But I'm so excited that Al-Nisa Berry is with us today. Hi, Al-Nisa.
Hello, Nadine. Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here again, sharing about our journey. Hopefully, we will touch some more hearts because this is real.
Hey, that is the idea. You know, we are cooking up some recipes to address the real life, everyday challenges of caregiving. And, you know, we pride ourselves in saying we don't sugarcoat anything. We really shoot straight from the hip and just share the truth because I believe more than anything, caregivers need to hear the truth. They need to understand that what they are experiencing is not something that's an isolated thing. You know, even though they may feel isolated, the reality of what they're contending with is absolutely, in many cases, universal. But you don't know that if you don't connect with other caregivers, right? And so today, we get to talk about an issue that I hear about on the regular because it is almost an integral part of the caregiving experience. I have been doing this work, Al-Nisa, nearly 20 years. And in 20 years, I can count on one hand, the number of families that I have worked with where family showed up, where family was there supporting their loved one, and most importantly, supporting the primary caregiver. I wish I could tell you today that we had a magic potion or a secret formula to effectively address and eradicate the issue, the issue and the problem of family not showing up. But I don't. All I can tell you is that the primary caregiver is the one who has said yes to their assignment. I can tell you that it is exclusively their assignment, but it is also the primary caregiver's responsibility to ask for help, and sometimes it's necessary to demand help, right? Caregivers tend to make the caregiving journey look real easy, right? From the outside looking in. Were you handling it? You got it? People will tell caregivers all the time, I don't know how you do it. You make it look so easy. That's something that caregivers, unfortunately, they hear that all the time. They hear it from family members. They hear it from their friends. They hear it from associates. Like, oh my gosh, you're handling this. Well, we as primary caregivers, we don't have a choice but to handle it. And so, you know, we can go, I can go for the next 20 minutes nonstop, but I want to hear your thoughts, Al-Nisa, as you think about your own experiences and what the challenges and the hurdles are to getting family members involved in the process, keeping them informed, and motivating them to do their part.
That's a great question. I definitely had my challenges with having help from family members. In the beginning of Mom's diagnosis, there was all of the promises. Yes. That we're going to be there, we're going to help you, you're not going to have to do this alone. And that quickly changed when they needed to actually implement and come through and show up as they had promised. And for me, I was really relying on their work. And when things got hard, the help started to diminish. It is, I'm too busy, I'm too tired, I don't see what the problem is. And I think the one thing that was shared that really affected me and had me to realize that I'm on my own is I am not putting my life on hold for you.
Mm.
This is too much of an inconvenience on my life. This is
Wow.
affecting my family and my job and the things I'm used to doing. And I'm asking, if you don't come help me, then I don't get a break. I can't just walk away. I'm here living in mom's house and I need some rest. I am exhausted. I'm weary. I'm tired. And the response was, well, there's nothing I can do. I can't help you. I guess it sucks to be you.
Wait. Did I hear you just say that? Wait, what did you just say?
I'm sorry. I can't help you. It sucks to be you.
Wow.
And they stepped away.
Okay.
And the other thing that I realized is when family is helping a little financially. So this
Huh?
particular family member was covering 8 hours of a assistant nurse coming into the home on a Saturday. So I had 8 hours. If they showed up, that's a whole nother session. And that was supposed to be enough. And I needed to be happy with that. And meanwhile, I'm 24/7 caring for mom. And I took advantage of the 8 hours and I would go and shop or get my pedicure, something to just get out the
Right.
house.
Okay.
Yes, but the daily grind of trying to care for her medications and doctor's appointments and personal hygiene responsibilities, it was a lot, and working full time from home, and I was very disappointed in family not showing up like I needed it.
So we talk about how caregiving is designed to change you, right? Well, caregiving will absolutely expose your family. Your family will be exposed for not who they say they are, right? But who they are. And in Tears in My Gumbo, there are two things that are controversial, I think, that I've gotten feedback on. I say that we chose the family that we have. And I've been in a number of debates around the country about that statement, right? And I say that by saying the soul chose, right?
Yes.
The soul chose the individuals and the family unit that would teach us what we needed to learn in this experience of life. And family will teach us what no other entity in our lives will teach us or can teach us, because we're not sticking around for anybody else or any other entity to teach us those hard lessons, right? But family, because this is our God-given family, we most of us and most of the time we deal with whatever we have to deal with. And in the caregiving journey, we are all exposed. We are exposed for whether or not we really are who we say we are, or whether or not we're simply talking the talk. Caregiving forces you to walk the walk, and everybody can't walk the walk.
That's true.
The primary caregiver is the prime example of that, right? And because of the circumstances and when you're living in it, you're required. You figure out through the exhaustion, how do you do what needs to be done? How do you get up when when your body is screaming, oh, I can't move right now. But somehow you move and you get up so that you can tend to the needs of the person you're caring for. For the primary caregiver, because this is their assignment, the wherewithal and everything that they need, somehow it shows up. The resilience and the ability to simply do day in and day out, that is there. It becomes inherent after a period of time. Right? When we're resigned and we've accepted this is our assignment, I got to do it. I got to do it when I don't know how I'm going to keep doing it. I am still going to do it. And that happens for the primary caregiver. All of the onlookers, they have no clue as to what is required. And when they do show up and replace, they're there for that period of time, for that 24 hours or that 48 hours, if you're fortunate enough to get that amount of time, they are overwhelmed. And they feel totally incompetent and incapable of doing what needs to be done. How do you do all of this? How do you keep up with all of this? Right? Because this is not their world, it's become your world. And for the person who said that it sucks to be you, ooh, I got some choice words for them. But that's what happens when people simply don't know what to do, what to say, and they want to divorce themselves from the situation. They're dealing with their own guilt around that, and they're just simply incapable of coming up with anything else, right? So that's the kind of thing that comes out of their lips. And so for those people, I say you just simply have to bless and release them. They are not your supporters in this season of your life. They've told you who they are. They've shown you who they are. Believe it. And then bless and release them so that you can have peace, right?
Well, I think what the thing is, what to do with the anger, because I was so angry.
Yeah, yes. And so I think anger is good for a finite period of time. Okay, just like I believe in pity parties, I think you need to have a pity party sometimes when you caregiving. I think you do. But just like the best party you've ever been to, the best party, unless you've been fortunate enough to be invited to a weekend celebrity something, or somebody who's well-to-do has invited you to a mansion for a weekend and y'all partying all weekend long, the best party typically has a 4 to 6 hour window. So if the best party you've ever attended has a maximum of 4 to 6 hours, and that's the very best party, then your pity party should last 4 to 6 hours max. And your anger party, I think being good and angry with somebody, writing out what you need to say, recording what you need to say, taking what you write and then burning it up, listening to that recording a few times and talking back to it, right? That's how you process. That's how you flush that anger out of your system. But you have to release it. Be angry. Be angry for a finite period of time, and then you release it. Because you're angry with somebody who didn't sign up for the assignment. You're angry with somebody who chooses not to show up. You're angry with somebody who's saying one thing and now they're doing exactly what they said they weren't going to do. So they're in contradiction with themselves. So they're angry with themselves because of it. And y'all know we are wrapping this 15 minutes up, but you know there's going to be a part 2 to this. But as we wrap up, I want to thank you for listening to us. I want to thank our sponsor, Colorado Respite Coalition, for making this podcast possible. And I just want to say to every caregiver that's listening to this, you really want to tune into the very next episode, because there are going to be some gems and nuggets that you absolutely positively need to hear. Yes, our family will disappoint us, no question about it, but they're human. And that's what humans do. They are fallible, unfortunately. Okay, so that's it. We're going to wrap it up, and we'll see you next time. Peace and blessings. Remember, no matter where you're watching the Caregiving Gumbo podcast, we ask that you comment, like it, share it, and pass it on. This podcast grows through sharing.